Hi everyone, welcome back to Dr. RCM Academy. So in this session, I am going to teach you how for loops are used in Python. So using range functions. For loops are used whenever we need to repeat a block of code certain number of times, and if we know how many times the loop has to execute. Whereas in the other videos, when I was talking about while loops are used when we don't know exact number of iterations to be done. So if you know the number of iterations, number of times the block has to repeat, then we go for loops. Now this is done using for loop statements along with the range functions. That is what I am going to teach you today. Let us start with the syntax. So what is the syntax of for loop is, I am going to use a for keyword. For is a keyword which I will be using, and as you know, Python is case sensitive. You should use all small letters FOR. Immediately after for keyword, I will be using a variable. So variable is user defined. So you can take any variable name which you wish to. For example, if I take I can take a, I can take num. Only thing is, you know what are the rules for defining a variable name, which I have done in the other sessions. Based on that rules, so you can take any variable name of your choice. So first is a for keyword, second is variable name. Then again I am going to use keyword, one more keyword called in. So for and in are the keywords which has to be used as it is, whereas in between you have a variable name, which is your choice. And you are going to set the range. As I said, how many times the loop has to be repeated, so that has to be defined in the range function, followed by colon. As you know, for all the loop instructions and the functions, so we will be using colon. So colon immediately after this range function. This indicates the first line of the for loop. Immediately after that, so we are going to write a code block, okay, which is indented. So with indentation, so I am going to write whatever the task I need to perform inside the for loop. Okay, indentation is very important. So now let us take one example so that we will understand the syntax better. So let us take an example of for loop along with range function. As I said in the previous slide, so for is a keyword which I am be using as it is. Variable name, it is user defined, so here I am using it as I. And in is a keyword which I am using as it is, and range, you are specifying the range, and I am giving some value of range, that is 5, which means that on default I will take an initial value of 0. So this is a difference between while loop and for loop. In while loop, so you have to initialize this variable before you use it, one thing. Second thing, inside the loop I used to say I is equals to I plus 1, right? So which means that I should update the value of I by the programmer. In for loop this is not required. Now let us see how this works. As I said, the default value of I that it takes in the for loop is 0. Now for 0 in range of 5. So 0 will come in the range of 5. Yes, it comes in the range of 5. Therefore, it will enter into this loop and it will print hello world. Next, After executing all the statements inside this for loop, again this will be executed from the for loop where I will be automatically incremented and this becomes 1 now. So, I is equals to 1. Therefore, for 1 in range of 5, yes, 1 is also in the range of 5. So, therefore, again it will enter into loop, print hello world. Automatically next when it goes back to for loop, so I will take a value 2 and so 2 comes in the range of 5, yes, so it will enter into loop, so it will say print hello world. So this will repeat for I value taking for 3 as well as 4. After I taking the value of 4, again it is in the range of 5 and therefore it enters into for loop. So therefore it prints again hello. Then next time when I increments to 5, now 5 in range of 5. So this becomes false, which means that so it is not within the value end value you have specified, which means that this loop will work starting from 0, taking the I value, whatever you specify here minus 1. So if you have specified 10 here, it will work till 10 minus 1, 9. Since you have specified 5 here, so this becomes 5 minus 1, 4. So this will be executed how many times? 5 times, 0 to 4. Therefore, the output of this program is printing hello world how many times? 5 times, that is I ranging from 0 to 4. So hope you understood so how the for loop works with the range function. Let us take another example and still understand in the better way. Can you predict what is the output of the following code? Kindly comment in the comment section. So the print, so it is going to execute the first statement for initially. So print my name is, therefore so it is going to print my name is. This is the output of the first line. After doing this, so next it is going to execute the second line. For I in range of 5, again I have given the same statement. Now what is the default value of I? It is 0. 0 in range of 5, yes, 0 will be within the 5, therefore it will enter into for loop. Now what is that it is printing? Jimmy 5 times and it is in the quotes, correct? Therefore it will be printed as it is. What is that? So Jimmy 5 times. After this, along with the braces, because again this is also in the quotes. So this complete string is printed, and if you look here, I have used a concatenation operator plus. So therefore when you want to use plus operator, so both should be strings. Anyhow this is a string, but what is the value of I? It is integer, that is 0, correct? So this has to be first converted into string, that is why str of I will give you 0 as a string. And now if I use concatenation operator, so along with this, so 0 will be concatenated, and so again you have concatenation operation here followed by so one more string, that is called braces here. Therefore the output is Jimmy 5 times 0. This is when I is equals to 0. Next, so it has executed all the statements inside the for loop. Again it goes back to for loop and by incrementing I by 1. So I becomes 1 now. Previously it was 0, now it becomes 1. Now check 1 in range of 5. Yes, 1 is in the range of 5. Therefore again it enters into this loop and it is going to print. So what is this? Jimmy 5 times. Same thing will be printed. Jimmy 5 times. So this is mentioned in the string. I am concatenating I value as a string. So what is I value now? It is 1 and it is converted into string and concatenated. therefore you get 1. Next, after executing all the statements inside for, again it goes back to execute for incrementing the I value by 1. So, now the I value was 1, so now it becomes 2. 2 in the range of 5, yes, same thing will repeat up to I taking the value of 4. So, therefore, last time, so it is going to print Jimmy 5 times. So, what is the value of I? It is 4. Next time when I becomes 5, now 5 in range of 5. So, as I said, so whatever the I value it should take, it will be less than this value, otherwise this becomes invalid, means false, therefore it will not enter into this loop. So, it will simply come out of the loop. Okay. So, what is the output of this program? So, printing, so Jimmy 5 times 0, 5 times 1, 5 times 2 and so on. This is the output of the following code. Let us take another example. So, let us start with number 0, 1 to first 10 whole numbers I will take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, first 10 numbers. So, let us find out, so what is the sum of all the 10? How you do this? So, initially, so I will add 0 with 1. So, when you add 0 with 1, you are going to get 1. Next, I am going to add 1 with 2. So, 2 plus 1 is 3. Next, you are going to add 3 with 3, it becomes 6. Then you are going to add 6 plus 4, so it becomes 10. You are going to add the result of 10 with 5, 15 and so on. So, if you keep on adding this, the total answer what you get is 45. So, this is the logic, which means that I need to find out the sum of first 10 whole numbers. To do this, let us, as we know, we are adding the sum with the value of I. We know we are adding the sum with value of I. Let us initialize that as total. I have made to initially total is equals to 0. After that, so I am going to use a for loop as usual. So, for is a keyword, num is a user means a variable name, in is also a keyword and range of 10. So, which means that I am going to consider from 0 to 9. Now, what I should do here? So, first I should add 0 with 0, so that I get 0. Next, I will add 0 with 1, I will get 1. Now, this is your total. After adding whatever you are getting, this is your total, and this has to update. How it has to update? So, the total value should be added with this every time the I value. Therefore, so total becomes total plus num. So, initially total is 0. Okay. So, 0 plus num is 0. So, therefore, total, the next updated total is 0. Next time, after that, once all the statements in the for loop is executed, now num becomes 1. Therefore, when num becomes 1, whereas the previous total is 0 itself. Therefore, 0 plus 1, 1. The first step is done. Next, what is the total now? 1. What is the I value? After taking I equals to 1, next time when it is going to execute for loop, I means num becomes 2. Correct? In this program, num becomes 2. So, what is 1 plus 2? So, this is the answer what you get in this variable total. Again, so total is 3, whereas num value also 3, because previously it was 2, now it will be incremented to 3. 3 plus 3, 6. Your value of total is 6 now. So, now 6 plus, so next time when it goes to for loop, I becomes, previously it was 3, now it becomes 4. Therefore, 6 plus 4, 10. This is going to repeat until I takes the value 9. Once it takes the value of 10, it will be come out of the loop and print what is the total. So, this is how it works. So, adding all the first 10 digits, first 10 whole numbers. So, therefore, the output what you are getting is 45. Okay, let us modify this program. I have started with number 0 and I have taken first 10, that means 0 to 9. Suppose let me say I have to start from 2 and end at 9. We know that, so if you are not defining, the variable will take a default value as 0. But now I do not want to add from 0, I want to add from 2. So, therefore, let us give you the complete range syntax. What does range function does? So, range normally consisting of 3 fields. One is from where you have to start. Okay, that is starting point, where what is the initial value of the variable it should take, what is the end value of the variable, and what is the step size, whether you have to increment by 1 or increment by 2 or etc. So, the range function syntax is, so you have a range, first thing is start, second is stop, and then is step. These are the 3 fields which you give. On default, what will be the start value? It is 0. What is the step value? It is 1. That means you are going to increment the variable by 1. Let us take one example here. For I in range of 0, what is the meaning of that? So, I will be initially 0. So, if you do not specify 0, if you specify 2, then I will take a value 2. That is it. This is the starting position. So, anyhow, so we have taken I is equals to 0 here. So, therefore, it starts from 0. Where does it ends? It ends at 9, because whatever the number you specify here, minus 1 will be the value that it takes for high. Once it takes the same value, then it will be out of the loop. Then what is the step size you have considered? 2. So, I will not become I plus 1, it will become I plus 2. That means 2 times it is going to increment. Okay. So, what is the output of this program? When I takes the value 0 and enters into loop, because 0 is in the range of 10. So, therefore, print I means 0. Next time when it goes I will not become I plus 1, instead I becomes I plus 2, because I have given step size as 2. Therefore, I will take I plus 2, 0 plus 2, that is 2. So, 2 is in the range of 10? Yes. Now, it will enter into the for loop, print I. What is I? 2. Like this. So, again increment the value of I 2, therefore, it becomes 4 and that will be printed, 6 will be printed, 8 will be printed. So, next when you increment 2 times, it becomes 10. Now, 10 in the range of 10? No. Therefore, so it will not enter into this loop, and only up to 8 it is going to print. This is the output of the following program. So, if you observe, so you are giving the output starting from 0 to 8. Let us take one important application. So, where you need to generate a table for a given number. So, you can ask the user which table you want, which number table you want. Suppose if he enters 9, so same format I have to print. So, which means that 19 into 1 should be equals to 19, 19 into 2 equals to 38, like this. So, let us print the table of 19 up to 19 tens are 190. So, to print the same format, I have written the program. So, first task is to accept which number you wish to take, generate a table. So, therefore, you are asking the user to enter which table you want. Therefore, I will use input of enter a number. So, whatever it is written in the strings, same thing will be printed. Hash and indicates it is a new line. Okay. So, it is going to enter. So, what is the number? Now, it is inputting. As you know, whenever you take input from the user, on default it will be of string data type. Therefore, you want to convert this string to integer because you need to do some manipulation on the data. So, if I want 5 table, then so 5 should be an integer, so that I can perform 5 into 1, 5 into 2 and so on. Therefore, I have converted this into integer, and the same value I have stored in n. So, right now I have taken 19 is the value of n, therefore, 19 will be stored in variable n. Now, for I in range of 1 to 10, now I have to print starting from 19 ones, okay, starting from 1 to 19 tens. Okay. Since I have to print 10 as well, so whatever you indicate here should be more than that. Therefore, 10 plus 1, that is 11 I have given. Step size I have not declared here because on default anyhow it is 1 increment, that is 1 to 2, 2 to 3 like this. Okay, only one step increment, therefore I have not defined. If you want to write, you can still write 1 comma 11 comma 1, that is also correct. Now, for I in range of 1 to 11, now when I takes the value 1 and enters into loop, because 1 is in the range of 11. So, now n was 19, 19 into 1, the answer is 19. Now, C will have 19. 19 into 1 is 19, therefore, 19 is stored in variable C. Now, what I am printing here is print. What is the value of n? It is 5. I have not written quotes for n. If you write quotes for n, it will print as it is, that means as a string n itself. I want the value of n. What is the value of n? It is 19. So, 19, and this I have written in the quotes, which means that same string will be represented, and I have not written in quotes, therefore, the value of I will be considered. Okay. So, therefore, what is the value of I? It is 1, whereas equal to I have written in quotes, which means that, so as it is, it will be printed. And comma C, what is C? C is the 19 into 1 equals to 19, 19 you getting, right. So, you will be getting as the answer as 19. The value of C will be printed. This is the output of the print statement. Okay, anyhow, so inside for there are two statements and all the two I have executed. Now, automatically, so it again goes to for loop, and what will be the I value? On default step size is 1. Therefore, I previously it was 1. Now, it becomes 2. So, when 2 is in the range of 11? Yes. So, now again it will enter into for loop. C becomes 19 was n, 19 into 2 is your I. So, 19 into 2, so you get it as 38, and C will be 38. So, what is the value of C? It is 38. Now, so next statement is print. What is n? N remains the same. I have not modified anything into, so I has incremented by 1. Therefore, 2 equals to as it is because it is a string. So, you get, so 19 into 2 is 38. So, like this, it takes the value of I every time it goes back to for loop, it automatically increments by 1. So, it keeps on printing. So, now when it generates n I value as 10, now it prints 19 into 10 is equals to 190. Next time when it goes to for loop by incrementing I value as 11, 11 is in the range of 11? No, as I said, whatever you specify here, so that will be not considered, only one less than that will be taken into consideration. Therefore, so it is not true, it is not in the range of 11, therefore, it comes out of the loop. What is there outside of the loop? Nothing. So, therefore, it ends the program. So, this is how you can generate a table for a given number, any number you wish to give. So, it will generate table, so up to 10. Let us take another simple example to print all the even numbers using step size. Let us take, okay, let us accept the number from the user where he has to stop printing the even numbers. So, I have taken an input from the user and asked what is the user where I need to end the even numbers, and suppose if I enter 40, then 40 will be stored in variable n. Now, for I in range of, so since I need to print even numbers, I should start from 2 and end till where the user specifies. Therefore, I have written 2 starting position, n is the end point and step size is 2. Therefore, initially I takes the value 2, 2 is in the range of 40, yes. Therefore, so it enter into for loop, it prints 2. Next time I becomes not 3 because my step size is 2. Therefore, it takes the value I as 4, 2 plus 2, 2 increments, therefore it is 4, it prints that. Again I becomes 6, it prints that. It keeps on doing. Now when it is 38, still it prints. Now next time when I takes the value 40, because 2 increments, I takes the value 40, 40 in range of 40, because I also given 40 for the value of n. So now it becomes not in the range of 40, therefore it will end the loop. Okay. Similarly, instead of 40, if you give specify 20, 21, so it will print 2 to 20. Okay, like this. So you can generate all the even numbers, okay, till wherever the user specifies. Till now we have only seen starting position, ending position or stop position, step size. Now all these numbers what we has given is positive. Suppose if we need to give negative arguments in range, still it is possible. So for I in range of 5, so you are starting at number 5, you are ending at minus 1. When you are ending less than the starting point, so you cannot increment it. So therefore you have to decrement. So 5 should become 4, 4 should become 3, 3 should become 2 and so on. Okay, anyhow 1 will not be printed, 1 less than that, that is 0, 1. All these should be printed, okay, up to 0. To do that, so I have to use the step size as minus 1. Minus 1 indicates you are decrementing the value of I here. Therefore, so initially, if I analyze this program, I will take initially 5, right? So I is equals to 5, 5 in the range of minus 1 because so you are decrementing it. So yes, so now print I. So it is going to print 5. Again I value now it will become 5 minus 1 because the step size is minus 1. So therefore now the step size becomes, I value becomes 4, it is going to print. I value becomes 3, it is going to print. 2, it is going to print. I value becomes 1, it is going to print, and 0. But minus 1 is not in the range of minus 1. So as I said, it should be 1 less than that. So therefore it prints what is the output of that. So it prints all the values from 5 to 0. Okay, so it is decreasing order. So this is how we can understand, so how you can give negative numbers in the range function. This was the session to make you understand the for loops using range function. Thank you very much. So we will see some other important concept of Python, so in the next video.